Hello there, and welcome to A Film a Day, Awards Season 2023, with me, Jordan Woodley. I've talked a lot about films that I admire, I've enjoyed, and throughout this process, I think I will continue to talk about films that are in this ilk, that are, to their credits, are undisciplined, are allow themselves to lose control a little bit, and when it comes to the art form, that's perfectly acceptable. It's okay to have, be experimental, to push boundaries, to even, push things like running times and allow yourself to do different things with narrative. But when we've had a series of films that have been exceptionally long, with exceptionally long scenes, long takes, there just doesn't feel like there's been that precision. When you watch a film like Tar to me is the textbook definition of careful, precise, deliberate decision making on every single level. Now, Todd Field, obviously, who directed it, also wrote it. You can just get that sense that in his mind, he had a very precise, clockwork understanding of exactly how he wanted the film to look, to feel. Some directors approach the form from an actor's point of view, from a stage point of view, and some come at it almost from a conceptual art perspective, where they may as well have drawn every frame and are creating the frames that they have pictured in their minds precisely. Now, I'm not saying that Todd Field has done this, and I think Cate Blanchett has to be rewarded for the work that she put in, but there is something about it that feels like every single frame, every shot has been perfectly constructed so that foreground, background, pacing, it all feels like it is supposed to be telling you something in the subtext, in the colour, in the moments of silence. Being a film about a conductor and about musicality and about the idea of the artist and the art form, there is something about this that is extremely musical, that there is a clockwork, almost like Todd Field is conducting this piece of work, that there is this, and it makes me think of films like Whiplash, where there is just this meter to it that just runs throughout the film, so that even when you had, say, the opening scene where Cate Blanchett's character is being interviewed, you just get, and the fact that it runs at an exceptionally long scene, and yet the meter of it, the pacing, the cut between the interviewer and her character, the framing of it, and then you go to, the first act of the film primarily feels like a series of duologues, and it is a lot of wide angles, close up on Cate Blanchett, close up on who she's talking to. And yet when you're looking at the framing, you're looking at their bodies, there is something about it where I was watching it to look at, oh, why has it been structured like this? And I think that level of thought and consideration, whether it was intended for every single shot, the film creates the feeling as though it was. So even if it is purely just the happenstance of how it was framed, it feels deliberate and it feels paced. And so even when you get to the later acts and you get to more traditionalist narrative that explores exploitation in the workplace, explores power, explores these themes and ideas, and it really gives Cate Blanchett an opportunity to really perform to her fullest extent, you're still thinking about the first third and the meter and the framing, and there are just moments in shots. It loves using power dynamics by using different heights, different angles at which people are filmed, so you're constantly getting that sense of who is in power, who is in control of every scene. And considering the subtext of the narrative, that's very meaningful, because it is a film that is entirely about power and who is in power and who is in control. I really do feel like this is an exceptional film. I don't think it'll win Best Picture because it's the awards buzz isn't there surrounding Best Picture, and it's just not the kind of film that I feel like will get that kind of attention. And I genuinely want, on some level, Michelle Yeoh to win Best Actress, but Cate Blanchett, I so strongly feel that she's given a career-worthy performance, and this is, following a film like Carol, which was a career-worthy performance. I really hope this is a film that gets its acknowledgements. It deserves cinematography. It deserves the BAFTA for sound. It's a shame it didn't get nominated for BAFTA for Oscar. Even director, it really feels like it should get the respect and the clout. And I'm not saying by any stretch it is a perfect film, but I deeply respect the craftsmanship of it from an aesthetic level, from taking a step away from the experience of watching the film and looking at it as a piece of art. I really was quite profoundly affected by how it was made. And with that in mind, I really hope that it gets that recognition. This could just be me being arty-farty, and I may as well be giving a standing ovation at Cannes for the way I'm talking about it, but sincerely, there is just something extraordinary about this. And it's the kind of film that I still think about at certain points. So, like I say, I really hope it gets acknowledged in some capacity. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Till next time.